here we are, we're at North Star College in Swindon, which to a lot of people is probably one of the most ugliest buildings in Swindon. But for me, personally, it was my home. My dad was caretaker up here for about 26 years. So I grew up here from the age of 1 until I was 19. So this whole area was a playground. So we're at the back of the old motor vehicles workshops now. This used to be where all the mechanics were taught their craft. Bit of a wet day, but we're just having a look round some of the roads we used to learn to drive on. Interesting to be back after 23 years. So we've all come up to North Star today. We're coming to have a look round the place we all grew up. I lived. I spent my first 19 years in this place. It's changed a bit now. There's been a lot of development on the site, but there's a lot of stuff that is still original, built in the back end of the 1960s. Places like this might not seem totally insignificant, but to me, this is my playground. This whole place was my kingdom. So let's have a look round. This is the old boiler room. My dad used to have to come quite regularly. It was always a bit creepy. This is underneath what was called the link block, a big long corridor that joined the main building to the motor vehicles and engineering section. Inside this corridor above me, it was really, really creepy. If you were in there on your own, spooky stuff. I don't know if this model was the one that was here when I was a kid, but I know there was one similar, and it was all hand machined and built by the students at the time. Clever stuff. These are the little mounting posts where they used to have a little metal hook, so when you put the door back it used to grip it. They used to be everywhere. All gone. This is all that's left. You can see the area that this building is, or rather the area that it takes up. It's a huge space. In my house used to be where the new Phoenix building stands now. So you can imagine as a kid having all this area to explore and ride my bike around. Used to get up to all sorts of mischief, but it was good, honest fun, which is why I've got so many good memories of being here. It's changed a lot, but in the same way it hasn't. Pieces have been added, but none of these stairs were here. Looks like they've lowered the entrance. Up there, 7th floor, is where Mum used to work. One thing that surprised me, being that close to the building, was how much of the original cladding was still there. I thought it would have been covered over by now, but all this aluminium had oxidised. So now I'm stood at what would have been the end of my driveway. Our drive finished directly opposite these doors. There used to be some double doors here, and you turn left to go into the sports hall when it was there. and right to go into the refectory and student common room. This is the back of the college. We can't get down there now because they've got the nursery, so obviously we've got locked gates, which means we can't get access. Looking across to where my old house used to be, now the new building. This is looking down part of the old road that we used to come up. When you came in, you used to turn right at the roundabout and come up to our house. They've changed the road now. So this is my kingdom, this is my old home. Behind me now is where my house used to be. The place where I grew up, did all my silly things as a child. We've just been having a look round, seeing what's changed, what hasn't. A lot's changed, but we can still pick out certain things that, you know, remind us of all the fun we had up here. You know, we had the good days up here, you might say. So onward. Trust me, most kids will see this and they'll think to themselves, just a sign. But for me, the irony is not wasted. Have a look at this. This was where the old sports hall used to stand. Used to come through the doors there, where this photographic wall is now. Used to be some doors, used to come out through into the sports hall. And where the green area is pretty much where the floor plan of the sports hall used to be. Used to be really creepy. Used to stand in there on my own. Weird things would happen. This is what it is today. And the kids that come here now, they've no idea what was used to be here. Despite about a year, 18 months of looking on the internet, trying to find out, talking to people, we cannot find out exactly the year this building was finished, and we certainly haven't been able to find a single photograph of this building being erected. So if anyone out there watching this knows, get in touch. See you in part 2.